I'll never forget October 2015. At the time, I was freelancing full-time in a video production business, helping people build their influence with video, doing a lot of shooting. And if you see on the screens, I was actually at LAX, solo traveler with like a bag of tripods, a bag of lights, you know, the clothes, on the road, just on the grind like many of you are and have been. And while I was having joy in what I was doing with my business, I felt very much in the rat race. And I was very much looking for a way to create passive income, more freedom in my life, and more time. And at the time in October 2015, we actually lost 90% of our income in just a few weeks for my family. And the way that happened was we had 3 major clients, and the first week, one of them called me, bring, you know, hey Sean, we gotta let you go, we're hiring some full-time staff. I thought, no big deal. You know, we'll just replace that client. But then, second week, ring, phone call, hey Sean, we gotta let you go, we're going in a different direction. Now my heart's sinking a little bit. And then the third week of October 2015, the phone rang again. Now I've got anxiety and trepidation whenever the phone rings. Some of you know what that's like, you know, it goes off of your phone. Who's calling? What's going on? Yeah. And I was like, you don't even need to tell me anything. I just assume you're calling to let me go. And it's like, sure enough, yeah, we are. And literally in 3 weeks straight, we lost 90% of our income. And we were making a few $100s online, but that was not enough money to pay rent. That was not enough money to take care of my wife, our family. And so I remember driving through California, and we were in LA on a business trip. And I was trying to get up the courage to tell my wife, Sonia, that we had lost another client. And as I began to tell her, I began to say, what are we going to do? What's our future hold? And at the time, my YouTube channel called Think Media had 16,000 subscribers. And so there was some momentum there, but it wasn't really monetizing yet. It wasn't really generating yet. So I found myself at a crossroads of, do I pursue more client work? Do I go back into that? Or do I go all in on what I've been doing for others, on the fact that I know that YouTube is absolutely one of the best places right now to grow your influence and your income online? And so we took the courageous step to just go all in on YouTube. And in this session, I want to talk to you about the results of that. Since doing that, we now have the #1 best-selling YouTube strategy book in the world called YouTube Secrets. Been featured in Entrepreneur and Forbes. That 16,000 YouTube subscriber channel is now over 900,000. And it's turned into a multiple 7-figure company. And we have a side project called Video Influencers, a side business, which is a 6-figure side business that just crossed 500,000 subscribers. And I want to share with you the one strategy that led to all of that growth and impact that you can absolutely apply to your business and your brand as well. But if we're just meeting, my name's Sean, and my passion is helping people build their influence with online video and social media. And we're based in Las Vegas, my beautiful wife, Sonia, and our 2 dogs, Sophie and Rosie. Any dog lovers in the place? Come on. Yeah. And we live in Las Vegas, and our main YouTube channel, our main brand is called Think Media, and it brings you the best tips and tools for building your influence with online video. Cameras, lighting, microphones, live streaming things, as well as strategies so you can grow on YouTube and other platforms faster with video. And we've got a team now that has grown since that time of being a solopreneur, of trying to make this thing work, into a scaling team. And we just had our event, Grow Up a Video Live in Las Vegas. We also run another YouTube channel called Video Influencers, and the co-author of YouTube Secrets, we wrote that book together. That's a weekly interview show with entrepreneurs and YouTubers that are crushing it with video. And so definitely a resource that I would highly recommend. But in this session, especially if you're taking notes and leaning in on a Sunday, I want to talk about how to use YouTube to get free traffic, build your authority, and sell products on autopilot. Is that okay? Does that sound cool?
Yeah.
So let's get into it. So in this session, we're going to talk about how I built and scaled a multiple 7-figure business using YouTube, why you need to be on YouTube right now. Look at your neighbor and say, you need to be on YouTube right now. Tell me. Yeah, look at the person on the other side and say, like, you really need to be on YouTube. Like, I know you, like, yeah.
Are you on YouTube?
And then we're going to talk about the 3 irrefutable laws of YouTube success and some other cool stuff. But before we go forward, let's take it back. And nostalgically, where were you in 2003? Do you remember? High school, someone said. College, yes, yeah. Think about where you were. Where were you living? What were you doing? Just for some context, at that time, George Bush, W. Bush was the president. That was the year that iTunes was founded. It was that year. Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor here in California. Saddam Hussein had just got captured, and gas was $1.83 per gallon. Come on, somebody, bring it back. And so that was 2003, but I'll never forget that year because two major life-changing events happened to me that year. The first one was I met my now wife, Sonia, at Starbucks. And I began to stalk her a little bit, and that's also when my coffee addiction started, right? You know, so I'm going multiple days, and I met her. And the second thing was that's when I fell in love with video. And I was actually a volunteer at my church, and just a ragtag crew. You could see us there on the screens, just kind of getting into video, shooting video announcements for my church, and trying to figure out how to make things work. And we were balling on a budget. I'll tell you what, if you actually look at that green screen, that was Joanne fabrics that someone stitched together in the church. Those are Home Depot yellow lights, right? Yeah. So maybe you can relate to saying my equipment is my iPhone and some duct tape. I mean, that's how I'm building my business right now. That's what we were kind of doing at the time. And then a few years later, my wife and I got married. Big dreams, right? Big vision for our future. And she's working multiple jobs to help kind of support me because I'm in ministry and that doesn't pay well. And I'm waiting tables as well. And I started a business a little bit later. But if we could look back, you know, one thing I learned about video is this. Your first videos are going to be your worst videos. You know, that's just a fact. Can we actually look at the first video I uploaded on Sean Thanks? Maybe we'll just play that and check that out.
You're right, this is bad.
This is, I guess, the first Sean Thanks vlog, and I'm going to try to vlog every single day, mainly. Alright, so this is, I guess, the first Sean Thanks vlog, and I'm going to try to vlog every single day, mainly so I can remember what I'm even doing and what's going on, because I just feel like I have a lot that I'm thinking about, and I figured, hey, why not share it? And if you find something interesting, that's awesome. Now, this is definitely as real as it gets, so I'm not going to try to be energetic or entertaining. Sometimes I will. But anyways,
so just FYI, thank you so much. Because you're at Broadcast Your Authority, two strategies I do recommend is trying to be energetic and entertaining. Like, avoiding those things, that's a bad strategy. But hey, your first videos are going to be your worst videos, and you have to start.
So
you know, it's
funny.
Zig Ziglar that said, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And so I just started. I just posted videos and started going, but then we actually hit the hardest season of our lives. And as a young couple, married just a few years, we began to fall into the sequence of events that had us questioning if we were going to make it as a family. The first thing that happened was my wife Sonia went on a trip to the Philippines and got very sick. And when she returned home, she started to throw up 10 to 15 times a day and started losing all this weight. And we would go to doctor after doctor, and they didn't know what was going on. On top of that, they would actually be speaking down to her, saying, why don't you just eat a hamburger? Stop being anorexic, stop being bulimic, when absolutely she did not know what was happening inside and just continued to lose weight and get more and more sick. And eventually, if that wasn't the worst, then we had also purchased some homes during just the big climb, right? 2005, 6, 7. So now we have a rental property, and we're in a home that we're living in, eating top ramen and living with another family because we're believing for this big investment for the future. And so then the Big Short happens and everything falls apart, and the tenants lose their job. We're losing that home. My wife's health's under attack and money is tight, and she's not able to work as much. And it's so inspiring because the amount she grinded through that season was absolutely stunning. But then just the circumstances, we're losing our homes, we're losing money. And to make it even worse, the church that I was working at had some of the senior leaders stole some money. And so now trust is being broken. That thing begins to fall apart. And so we literally feel like everything is falling apart around us. We're losing money, we're losing our homes. My wife's health's under attack. And I'm thinking, like, God, why is this happening? But I'm also wondering, like, what are we going to do? And it was in that season that I was super challenged, and that I was kind of called to another level. I had a lot of self-doubt, but then also kind of even a divine challenge of, man, I got to step up as a leader. I got to step up as a provider. I got to find a way to make this thing work. I got to find a way to get through this season. And, I don't know what you're going through right now. Maybe you're on a mountaintop, or maybe you're going through something heavy. I know at one point or another, you can all relate to this story, because we're all carrying burdens. We all have those things that we're going through. And there was 2 major lessons that we learned in that season. And the first one is you got to keep going. You got to just keep going. There's actually a verse, on a Sunday, that it says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. It doesn't say, though I set up camp in the valley of the shadow of death, choose to save it. I've just learned, if you're going through hell, keep going, right? Just keep putting one foot in front of the other. But the second thing that we learned is that we had to keep learning. And that we had to just keep looking for answers. And we made a decision that when it came to what's happening in health, how are we going to make money, how are we going to master this YouTube thing, how are we going to master making money online, we made a commitment to keep learning. And I want to thank you, because obviously you have that same commitment, because you're sitting here and you realize that there's always a way and a solution to what you're facing. Whether it's a hiring challenge right now, or whether it's, you might even be, is anyone's brain hurt right now a little bit from being on the 3rd day? You're like, how am I going to implement all this stuff? How am I going to do all this stuff? You keep going and you keep learning. And it's amazing that literally on a Sunday, while a lot of people are just taking the day off, you're investing in yourself, your business, your future, your network. Can you give it up for yourself for just being here? Yeah. And we discovered that difficult roads, though, often can lead to beautiful destinations. Because it was in that crucible, it was in that fire, that really birthed what we're experiencing today. Because during that season, we started to make these weird YouTube videos and these weird experiments, and we discovered something amazing. And so this is kind of a video that eventually, with some of the strategies I'm teaching you today, I decided to make this video called Gift Ideas for Him, when we're just kind of testing these strategies. And just sitting there around Christmas, got a bunch of books from around the house. I figured, I'm a guy. Someone's probably shopping for a brother or a man or a husband or someone in their life that's a man. Let's do this gift ideas video. And the game-changing discovery for me was YouTube plus affiliate marketing. It was the power of YouTube connected to affiliate marketing. Here's what affiliate marketing is. I know we're pretty savvy marketers and business owners in the room, but just so we're all on the same page, affiliate marketing is when you review or recommend a product online and you earn a commission when somebody purchases that product. I like to say it's a cool way to make money by just sharing the products you love and you use. And so here's how it works. You can sign up for a site like Amazon.com, and even if you've got your main business thing, that main service you do or consulting that you do, all of you use all kinds of products in your business. The laptop you're using, all the different things you buy off Amazon, tools you use for your business. Affiliate marketing works for software, and it works for pretty much probably everything that you use. There's probably an affiliate program for it. And so what you do is you can sign up for the program, and then you can get unique trackable links, and that's how they can track it back to you. And so then if you put those links in your YouTube description, you can put those same links in your podcast show notes or on your website or in a blog post. Here's the tip, write this down. You should have a page on your website called just your resources. The resources I use. This is where I host my courses. This is the email marketing software I use, and you can put resources there. And who knows, when someone just stops by, they can click on those links, and if someone clicks on it and makes a purchase, you get paid. That sounds good, right? And so here's what we were doing. I just sat down and grabbed a bunch of stuff from around the house, just shot this video and said, hey, here's some gift ideas for him. And then in the description, you can see that red arrow pointing to a link, and that's just an Amazon link of some of the things I was recommending. If you look at the blue arrow, that's my dog, Rosie. No point to that. I just wanted to point her out. I love her. She's amazing. Right? And so that's affiliate marketing, right? And just how I do it on YouTube. And I remember my first affiliate payment, $2.12. Right? Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. That's but obviously that seems seemingly insignificant if we're talking about 6 figures and 7 figures. But this was my favorite payment because why? Because it was proof of concept. Because by having this payment, I just thought, okay, now I just got to figure out how to scale this. I just got to figure out how to make this $2.12 turn into 20, turn into 200, turn into 200,000. And so I began to think, I think I'm onto something here. Like there's this YouTube thing, and people are like, they watch the video, they click the link. Then if I could get better at this, then this could turn into something super powerful. And so I really realized that it is more than ever before with the internet, with social media, with YouTube, that you can really turn your passion into profit. For me, having done video ever since 2003 when I was serving at my church, I knew all this stuff about cameras and video and lenses and things. So I just started to do these tech reviews, like just tutorials of how to use it. And then I would say, hey, if you want to check this camera out, there's a link in the description below. But what that led me to was this question of what skills do I need right now to survive and thrive in the new economy? If I'm going to figure out how to turn $2 into 200,000, what skills specifically do I need? You're here, you're learning those skills. Skills about live streaming, skills about video optimization. So I went on a journey back when I first discovered this, and I started to attend events just like you're here, read all the books, invest in courses, and I began to figure out a system for really making this YouTube thing work and scaling just affiliate marketing. Now this is a picture of just last month on the Amazon Associates program. We generated $14,442 just last month. And what's crazy, yeah, thank you, is that this is actually just a small part of our business that is mainly automated off videos that I've posted a couple years ago, a couple months ago, and that whether I post new videos or not, this income comes in passively like clockwork because of leveraging the power of YouTube. This is another affiliate program, bringing in like $54 a day, just recommending one video, recommending some software. And there's a picture of back early on when I was shooting with an old Canon HV30, right? Tamara would know, like some of those early days. We had mini DV tape and like some Firewire. Wave at me if you can relate to those days in video, a few people. Yeah, like we're talking, you're all fancy now, you got your iPhone, and like, how do I make this thing work? Look, I'm gonna fight you after this. Back then, man, we were grinding, right? So like old gear, like trying to figure this stuff out. And so I remember back when I started my business in 2009, like it was just beyond comprehension that I could possibly work with like a big camera brand like Canon or like a big media brand like Amazon. And since that time, because of implementing these strategies, we've got to work with Canon and DJI and Amazon, Western Digital, just because when you have influence, brands will become interested in how you can help promote their products. It's powerful. So what's the point? That if this guy waiting tables at Red Robin with no clue of how to make this thing work can actually go from being fired to full-time on YouTube and really generating income, you can too. Come on, look at your neighbor and say, you can do it. Yeah, if I can do this, you can do this. And so here's why it matters too. I just looked up this stat. Right now, 3.48 billion people, roughly 45% of the world's population is using social media. What? That's like half the world is on social media. The world's population is on social media. Like the results are in. There is no question that your customers, the people you're called to reach, the people you're called to encourage and challenge and change with your message, they're on social media. And so we have to be on these platforms. We have to be in these strategic places with the right content, the right messaging, right, so that we can build our businesses and ultimately change lives through what we're doing. So why YouTube? Why YouTube specifically though? There's all these different platforms. A lot of people here, you know, you're on Facebook and there's all these great places, but why YouTube? Well, YouTube just hit 2 billion monthly users that are logged in with the Gmail account. Yeah, 2 billion with a B. On YouTube, logged in, able to subscribe, able to click like on a video, able to comment. 2 billion people are on the platform. YouTube is also international. It's in something like 66 different countries as far as native language and the different ways that YouTube is distributing content. So if your customers are global, and as entrepreneurs more and more, we should be thinking global with our offerings and with our businesses, YouTube is an incredible place to reach around the world. But ultimately, the reason I love YouTube is because it's a discovery machine. Have you ever asked yourself the question like, yeah, well, how am I actually going to get noticed though? Like I know my content's good and I know it can change people's life, but like what do I do if nobody knows me yet? Like what do I do? Like how do you get that first subscriber? Like how do you get that first follower? Or how do you actually start with this stuff? And the amazing thing about YouTube is it's different than all the other social media platforms. When you look at Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook and TikTok and Snapchat and Twitter, all of these platforms, this is good to write down, these are content feeds. Content feeds. The feed just keeps on flowing. It just keeps on going, right? We log into Facebook, everything's in a feed. It's just flowing through. And the thing with these other platforms is very rarely will you ever look at content or watch content from a week ago, and I assure you, you're not watching Facebook content from a year ago. Except for when it pops up and it's like, hey, remember this from 4 years ago? And you're like, oh, that was so cool. But besides that, right? And so you're not discovering content because they're feeds. These platforms are powerful, but they're also exhausting. I call it the social media hamster wheel, like for real. Because I just think about it, and maybe you can relate to this. I just think, okay, I'm at this conference, I'm supposed to be on Instagram. So, okay, I'm posting a profile picture every day, great. Okay, I'm supposed to go live on Instagram, okay, cool. Doing that too. Oh, now I'm supposed to do stories on Instagram, okay, great. You know, Zach was talking about Instagram, all right, I'm on Instagram. But then Mari comes up, she's like, look, you gotta be on Facebook. I'm like, okay, so I'm on Facebook Live. I gotta get my messenger bot set up, right? Okay, get that messenger bot going. Okay, great. How many times are you supposed to post a day on Facebook? 4. Okay, I'm posting 4. Oh shoot, I gotta do an Instagram live over here. Oh wait, I heard TikTok's cool. It's really weird. What do you do? You dance. Okay, it's great. I'm on TikTok and dancing. All right, it's weird. I'm kind of old. I don't know if I should be doing this. And it's like, oh, LinkedIn organic reach right now, insane, right? And it really is. Like we're posting content on LinkedIn. It's like Facebook 2012, but now I'm on LinkedIn. And I'm thinking I got all this anxiety because I haven't been posting on Instagram, man. I haven't been doing it. Plus I'm supposed to tweet every day too. Tweet. Tweet. Oh, Instagram. I'm on my Instagram on live stream. Some of you guys do multi-broadcasting. You got like 4 or 6 phones out. Stop the madness, man. Look, YouTube is a search engine. It's a content library, not a feed. And that's why YouTube is different than all the other platforms. Because it's the second largest search engine in the world. And as entrepreneurs, we need to be thinking about how to create leverage, how to create freedom in our businesses. And so what's so powerful about YouTube is when you post videos the right way, then they can be found for weeks, months, and years to come, so they will work for you when you're not working. It's very powerful. And here's what's crazy. 65% of people use YouTube to help them solve a problem. Write this down, and I know it, but have you written this down? What problem do you solve for your target audience? I tell people when you're getting started on YouTube, you really need to know your who is it you serve, and you need to know your what problem do you solve for them? And if you say, well, who? Man, it's everybody in the world, man, 8 billion people. Man, if you try and reach everybody, you're gonna end up reaching nobody. So the more specific you are on your who, that's gonna help inform your YouTube strategy. And then the more specific you are on your what, the problem that you solve, helps you reverse engineer content to leverage YouTube as a search engine and as a content library. And here's the bonus fact, man, including all these platforms, YouTube is free, right? So we just think about this tool like, how much is this gonna cost? This search engine and this power to build a brand from scratch like me. I'm a college dropout, small town kid, just started shooting videos in my bedroom and built a business on the back of YouTube. How much did they charge me? Nothing. Right? It's totally free. Look at your neighbor and say, what's your excuse? Tell them that. Tell them that.
What's your excuse?
Look at the person on the other side and say, you need to stop making excuses. Come on, can we be serious on a Sunday? Come on.
We need to stop making
I know you're busy. I know you got a lot to do, but this is too powerful to ignore. And so let's actually dive into some tactics. Is that okay? Let's get into some strategies that you can use for your business. And I want to share with you the 3 irrefutable laws of YouTube success. And one of the primary reasons that people fail on YouTube is this: random acts of content. Right? Like, we need more random acts of kindness in the world. But like, that's not gonna help your social media strategy. I've talked to a lot of people here at the VIP party and in the lobby and been connecting with so many incredible leaders and business owners. And a lot of people say, man, I got all these videos and I got a lot of content that I'm sitting on, and that's great, but if it's random acts of content, if you don't have the right strategy, then it's never going to work. So what if we could discover the exact video ideas that our target audience, our who, is interested in watching? That would be cool, right? Well, we can, so let's check it out. And here's law number 1. Research before you press record. Always research before you press record. And so one of the best tools to do this at kind of just a basic level is just the YouTube search bar, right? You could just go to the YouTube search bar, and whether you go to YouTube or Google, by the way, who owns YouTube? Google, right? So either there's a synergy between the 2 platforms. And so if you go to the YouTube search bar and you start typing something in, what happens? What's it do for you? It auto-populates. It finishes your sentence for you. So those predictions are actually the exact video ideas you should be making in your business. And so if you have a fitness company, maybe you're doing, keto and it's supplements, or maybe it's exercise, maybe it's coaching. If you want to start typing like how to lose weight, which would be a horrible thing to title a video because it's way too broad, especially in a competitive niche like that. So if you go to YouTube, here's what you see. You type in how to lose weight and you put a space, and then it goes boom, and it populates how to lose weight fast, how to lose weight for teenagers, how to lose weight without exercise. I mean, who doesn't want that? I mean, of course that would be 22,000 people a month. And those search volumes are actually from a tool that's a few bucks a month. It's called keywordseverywhere.com. There's a lot of different ways you can kind of get search volume. But think about that, very powerful, because now you're also getting insight into how you should title your video and the very specific things that people are interested in, the nuances of it. When you think, okay, well, maybe I will make that video though, because there's certainly ways, like people don't want to exercise. 22,000 people a month are looking for that, right? But if you put another space, like maybe you go fast and put another space, it drills down even deeper, like how to lose weight for teenagers. That's more specific. Or how to lose weight fast without exercise. Like it's getting worse. Like how to lose weight fast without exercise, dieting, or doing anything. And if you can create that program, I promise you that's $1 billion business right there, right? You know what I mean? And so, but then like how to lose weight fast, exercise at home. And even as you get into, that's only 210 searches a month. That's how I built my business. These small, specific, unique ideas, video by video, and little by little, a little becomes a lot. So you want to be thinking, what is your target audience, your who, typing into the YouTube and Google search bar? Like what are the things they're putting in there? So here's an example, how to use Instagram, which ultimately is also probably not the best title because you're going to get everybody from 13-year-old girls to like, 55-year-old moms being like, how do you actually use Instagram? You don't even know really what the intent is, what they're starting with. But if you drill down, how to use Instagram for business, 3,600 people a month are searching for that, and now you know their intent, you know their psychology, you know where they're coming from that perspective, which brings us to law number 2. Look at your neighbor and say, law number 2. Tell them that.
Law number 2.
Look at the person on the other side and say, you really need this one. This one's for you. Like, this is the one you need. Yeah, because once you've done your research, now you want to rank your videos. That's law number 2. Rank your videos. And so when we look at like how to use Instagram for business, for example, one of my friends, and she's been a client, she's been a mentor in my life, is Shalene Johnson. And she invented a course called PIO and has done a lot of, she's really known in the fitness space, but she also does business development and social media training. And when we were working on YouTube together, we ranked a video called How to Use Instagram for Business. Now this video ranks number 2 in search, and I don't know where it is today. It's still certainly on the first page. And this video, though, is 3 years old. Wow. Imagine creating a video today for your business, and I get it. You got a lot to do. Got to get up, put your makeup on, men, and get up, get ready, do your thing, whatever, and then shoot the video, and then you go, oh, it didn't have a huge impact today, but then 6 months later, then it's a year and a half later, then it's 3 years later, and that video is still growing her business and brand, getting views every single hour. This is another tool we use. I'll show you the URL in a second. And at the time of taking this screenshot, this video, 3 years old, was getting 21.9 views every 60 minutes. Now, what would that be worth to you? Like, what would it be worth in your business around the topics that matter to your target audience to have videos that are getting viewed every single hour? This isn't with paid traffic. This isn't with doing anything with paid ads. I love that. We do that. But this is with organic traffic to the video building her business. That free tool is called vidIQ, and it's something you can install. You can sign up for it for free, and then you can get the Google Chrome plugin, and then it shows you all that cool data. And then if there's also a paid program if you want to try that for 30 days, especially any of you that are serious about YouTube, that's definitely something to check out. So what exactly is ranking videos? Law number 2 is you want to rank your videos. Well, it's when a user types a topic or question in the search bar, and your ranked video shows up in the top search results. But check it out. It's not just in search. YouTube is also all about suggested videos. Meaning, when you're watching a video, you know how when it ends, it auto-plays like another video? And then also, like when you're watching it on desktop, there's videos over on the right side, or on mobile, there's videos below it that it's suggesting you other videos. I consider a ranked video not just your content showing up in search, but also showing up in suggested results. And what's powerful is we mentioned Google owns YouTube, and when you start ranking your videos and optimizing them right, then you can get your videos to show up on the first page of Google. This video that ranks on the first page of Google, I believe, is 5 years old. So now when you see those numbers and that passive income that we've built, it's because of using this system to get those videos to show up in search. And here's the cool thing, is it's not just about the income that you're building, it's about the influence, it's about the relationship. It's about the value and the goodwill of someone seeing you and helping you with their problems, helping them with the things you want to solve for them. You know, I'm all for paid traffic. Raise your hand and wave at me if you do paid traffic. And you do paid traffic, cool. So maybe like 20% of the room, you're on Facebook ads and things like that. The problem with paid traffic, and I was talking with Jeff last night, and we were talking about how paid traffic is when you'll start getting haters right away. Because you start pushing the videos into people's feeds. Like they're just living their day, and all of a sudden you're there and you're like, hey, what up? Buy something. And that doesn't make a lot of people happy, you know? And so paid traffic is intrusive, it's interruptive. Search traffic is different. Search traffic, it's kind of like paid traffic is you going door to door. Has anyone ever done door-to-door sales? My goodness, right? And you're just like, knock, knock. Hey, will you buy something? Slam. Knock, knock. Dude's smoking a cigarette. He's naked. You know, he's like, get out of here. You know, you're like, okay, I didn't need to see that on a Sunday. Can I get an amen, right? And so, like, door to door, you're intrusive on people. Whereas search, it'd be like people are coming to your door. Like, they walk downstairs, knock, knock, knock. Hey, can you help me with this? You're like, that's what I help people with. You start adding free value, and then they can get to know you and your business. Search traffic means people come to you. You are not intruding on them. And so I began to master this. Best camera for YouTube, and you can see different videos ranking in search there from different types of nuances around it. You can go deep into your topics, like this versus that, or what cameras do other YouTubers use, different videos that I've ranked. I do stuff around tech, best iPhone microphones, or how to shoot better videos outside, all these ranked videos. And I've done this in a lot of different niches, like best personal development books. If you have the YouTube app, you can try that. Like, I see where that video is right now, best personal development books. And that's 4,400 people search that a month. Video is probably 250,000, 300,000 views. All the books are listed in Amazon below, but that's just the tip of the iceberg, friends. Because what is it worth to you to be showing up in the personal development space around a topic like that that could go deeper in your business? That video, like 5 views an hour, and all I did was sit in front of my window in my office, set up a camera, hold up some books, make really weird faces, I guess that's just how I look, and just talk about them, and then link to the videos in the description below. And so what's powerful about this is using YouTube right creates leverage and freedom in your business and in your life. You know, at any given moment, Think Media gets around 2,000 views every 60 minutes. Our library of videos, YouTube's a content library. And so last night when we were hanging out at the VIP party for an hour, 2,000 people watched my videos. While I was sleeping all night long, 2,000 people each hour watched those videos. And I don't want to say that that's easy, but I think you can see how powerful it is. And I don't want to say that you're even going to get those results, but if you get 10% of those results, what's it worth to have 20 targeted people watching your videos every hour? What's it worth to have new people? Shoot, let's say, what's it worth to just have 2 people every day discovering you, meeting you right at their pain point, right at that thing that they need, right at the place that you can help them? Come on, it's infinitely powerful. And when I think about the freedom and the lifestyle this creates, my wife and I just celebrated 14 years of marriage. And I think about it, through that journey and through that dark season, we ended up discovering that she has a chronic illness called gastroparesis. And through medical treatment, now she's got like a pacemaker. Some people have it for their heart. It's a pacemaker for your stomach. And I would tell you what, there is no more courageous, no more joyful, no more overcoming person that I know on planet Earth than her, to maintain just her joy, to maintain loving people, to refuse to be selfish and to look inward, but to continue to be generous and look outward. And that we've been able to just overcome, and honestly, the peace of mind and freedom that this strategy on YouTube has given us has been everything. Because I wanted the ability, some people want to be on social media, and you maybe write this down. What's your why, right? Like, why do you want to be an influencer? Why do you want to be on social media? Why is it that you want to grow your channels? And a lot of people, they want to do it for the fame, and they want to do it for the fortune, and they want to do it for followers, which I think is cool. By all means, because all those things will help you grow your business and impact more people. But I've really learned that reasons come before results. Reasons come before results. And so back when we were in that hospital room and my wife almost died and I was by her side for 6 days, I was developing deep reasons to fight for my family, for my future. To fight for faith and to fight that we could overcome this. And it's been incredible. We're not completely out of challenges, of course. We face new challenges every single day. But it's been amazing that the power of YouTube has given us freedom and flexibility. And when we go on trips, like was able to just fire that Jeep and we drove up into the mountains. But here's, we can actually build a business around our lifestyle where I'm reviewing an action camera while up in Park City snowboarding. Powerful because not only are we making money, but we're also taking a tax write-off on the whole trip because it's absolutely the direct way we build our business. Come on, one of the best ways to get smarter in 2020 is not to just make more, but to save more, right? To be more strategic. And one of the biggest reasons to build an influencer business is because that becomes a direct correlation and a relevant strategy for being even more intelligent. It's not just how much money you make, friends, right? It's how much money you keep. And so this is cool because it works in any niche. So this is Nicole. And she is a kids occupational therapist. And she went through our program, Video Ranking Academy. And after going through and applying some of these strategies, look at this thing called tummy time. We don't have kids yet, and it's one of our dreams, but we feel totally at peace right now. And but when I think about, I don't know what tummy time is. Any moms here? You know what tummy time? Come on. Woo! All the moms. Give it up for all the moms, and if you came out of a mom, if you are a mom, or you came out of one, then give it up. And so, but check it out. So she started doing her research, tummy time for newborns. And again, the more specific, the better. Because look at that, 2-month-old, 1-month-old, 4-month-old, all these different opportunities to get very specific in her niche. And so she put out this video, tummy time for newborns, and ranked it in search. And what was so amazing was that video was getting 240 views an hour.
Wow.
In fact, this screenshot's a little bit old. This video just crossed 1 million views.
Jeez.
Pretty amazing. And you are really just one ranked video away from changing everything. It might not be your first video and it might not be your 25th video, but 1 million viewed video can change everything. It did for her. Right now her channel is growing by 3,342 moms a month.
Wow.
Coming into her community, people that she can then direct to different products and services and coaching, all from doing this. This is Jennifer. She has a sewing channel. She put out a review of an embroidery machine, 14.8 views an hour by doing this strategy. Which brings us to law number 3, and that's reoccurring revenue. Look at your neighbor and say revenue, right? Revenue. Look at the person on the other side and say, I know you need more revenue. I know you. Of course. That's why we're here. Is we got to get that revenue. So when you research before you press record, and then you rank your videos, the next thing you want to make sure you do is actually set up reoccurring revenue. So I just want to give you 3 ways to earn an extra $1,000 per month with YouTube. I'm sure the wheels are already turning in your head about how you could generate leads and drive people to your business, but this is kind of education about how some of the top influencers are making money on YouTube and some of the best strategies. And the first one is YouTube ads. If you've ever wondered, man, how much money do these people make with YouTube ads on their videos? And so here's the math. The average CPM, which is like a Roman term, cost per milli, cost per thousand, is $2 per 1,000 views. It usually averages between $1 and $5 per 1,000 views. But for a lot of you that are in health or in business or in marketing or in legal services or anything like that, CPMs can be much higher, 6, 7, 8, over $10 per 1,000 views. So if your goal is to make $1,000 a month and you could get 500,000 views a month, you'd make $1,000 a month based on that math, and it's going to depend on your CPM. So the key strategy here is you got to get a lot of views. And so this is e-com insider James. He also went through VRA, and he's a person that it was getting, just $162,000 views a month, and it led to $1,000, meaning very much lower views because he's teaching e-commerce. He has a higher CPM. But the crazy thing about James was he was like, look, that ad revenue is only about 3% of my income. It's just like a nice little extra, drop in the bucket. Maybe helps me hire somebody, cover some expenses. And so this is Stone Coat Countertops. They're getting 10 million views a month. Around 80,000 a month. And as local business owners, they're doing actual epoxy countertops as a service. They're teaching how to do it on their YouTube channel. And then they also sell the products on their website. And so that's between $50,000 to $100,000 a month that they're making because of putting out free, valuable content that people love and share. But this is actually my least favorite way to make money on YouTube. Because you need a lot of views. And for a lot of us, it's not my recommended strategy, because you don't need 1 million subscribers or 1 million views or even 100,000. You just need like 1,000 true fans. Some of you need like 20 customers a year, right? You're in high ticket, you're doing different things. So that's why it's my least favorite. Affiliate marketing would be like the second one. And this just kind of gives an example. Back when I was starting and experimenting, I made $66 off of YouTube ads, but $260 off affiliate marketing, 4 times higher, just by having 2 strategies apply to my videos. I'm getting views, making ads, but then I'm also recommending products in the description, so I'm kind of double dipping through affiliate marketing. We can go through this, we talked about it. You can sign up for Amazon. Who here is signed up for the Amazon Associates program? Raise your hand. Not enough, man. We all need to, because all of us, you can drop a PS in your email. By the way, here's the book I'm reading. Like you're already probably recommending products. Now it just makes it easier and you can make money in the process. And so we talked about how to set that up. You can sign up for an affiliate program, anything. If you use ClickFunnels or Kajabi, they got affiliate programs. If you recommend other people's joint venture launches and things, that's an affiliate program. And it's really the same strategy. You signed up, you got your link, you make a video, you let people click it, and if they buy something, you make money. This is Postal Barbecue, and Jabin actually has a barbecue channel. As we approach lunch, this could get me distracted. And he just, because look at it, man, it's just amazing. I mean, best smoked chicken recipe? Are we talking Kansas City ribs? Come on, somebody on a Sunday, like, let's go. And so he types in something like this: barbecue accessories, best grilling accessories, gifts for dads. Ranked video, ranks #1 in search. Video is 2 years old, maybe 3 years old. And he puts those affiliate links in the description, getting views not just this year, but the year after. And when he's on vacation with his kids, and when he's working on other aspects of his business, he's making money through affiliate marketing. This is Heather Torres. She's actually the Chief Operation Officer of our business, and her side project, just side passion project, is a homeschool channel. And so she's helping us scale our company and running ads and leading the team and doing a lot of stuff like that. But she has this passion for homeschool because they homeschool 3 kids. And so she's one of the leading homeschool influencers right now on YouTube with only about 24 videos. She's pretty busy, so she only uploads like 10 videos a year, and just whenever she has time to do it. But yet her channel continues to grow. A couple, like maybe 1,000 new homeschool moms a month, because she's got videos out there working for her when she's not working. And then the third strategy here is to sell something. Look at your neighbor and say, sell something. Sell something. Yeah, look at the person on the other side and say, hey, you want to buy something? I got something for you right now. Check this out, I got you. And so a lot of people in the YouTube space, they find something to sell, whether that's like merch, a t-shirt, like a journal, a book. Jabin does barbecue rubs. Tim is a painter, so he uses YouTube to not just train and do painting, but to actually sell his painting. You can sell accessories, creative stuff. Maybe you make music and you point people to streaming, or they buy music and merch packs, different products. A lot of different ways you can make money with selling something. Here's Stone Coat, we mentioned them. So on their website, they sell all the epoxy kits. And so not only are they just crushing it with the views, but they're also selling the actual physical products on their website to help people implement what they're teaching. You can sell coaching and consulting. This is Eileen Wilder, a great example of someone that doesn't have 1 million subs, not even 100,000, not even 10,000, but she's built a high 6-figure business because, like many of you, she's doing coaching, she's doing consulting, she's doing business development. And so by just getting in front of the right customers, getting in front of her target audience, she's been able to leverage YouTube to grow her business. And she has books and products. She's got books out and courses out, as well as kind of high-ticket coaching and different things that she does. The best way probably to make money on YouTube is to sell something. And you're definitely, I'm in the right room because a lot of you already have products and services that you're able to sell. Remember James, he said that ad revenue is only 3%. That's because he does e-com. And this is pretty old now, it's January 18th. But he was doing at least, $1,700 a day selling something and leveraging YouTube to do that. And ad revenue was just a little bit of icing on the cake. And so yeah, if you want to take a screenshot of this, one of the things I love is in YouTube income stacking. Because once you start doing this, you have YouTube ads, and then you can recommend a few products. If you build a tribe, people might crowdfund, like a Patreon. You could do products and merch. Eventually, you got your swag, right? Brand deals when companies like Canon or Amazon work with me and pay me to make videos. Coaching, services, your membership site. There's people here that are leveraging their influence and then bringing people into that deeper continuity experience in a membership site. Speaking, that you can open doors to speaking opportunities and getting paid to speak when you stack strategically multiple streams of income with YouTube. And so the 3 laws of YouTube success are research before you press record, rank your videos, and then set up reoccurring revenue. This is the dream. This is the strategy. And this can work for you to build your business faster than ever before. But you might feel like this guy right now, right? You're just like, okay, bro, especially on day 3. Like this is, I don't know, this is a lot of information. And so as we close, could I just tell you a little bit about how I can help you more with this, just for anybody that's interested? Would that be okay? Yes? Okay, awesome. And so if you would want to learn how to do more of this, and obviously we only had a short time together, and so to drill down in our process and our system, I want to tell you just about Video Ranking Academy. Video Ranking Academy. This is our proven system for ranking your videos, growing your audience, and turning views into income with YouTube. And so what it is the goal is to get your videos #1 in search, but also to get you showing up in suggested videos, right? Get you showing up around YouTube, so YouTube is promoting you and your business. It's, the videos I showed you, ranking in personal development or ranking in tech, ranking for anything. But the biggest question I get is like, okay, cool, but does this still work today? Because like you started back then, and I know YouTube changes, is this still working? And we've got like Dr. Eye Health, he just started. So he's an eye doctor, optometrist, or whatever it is, still working in his day job. His income, he's just stacking it so he can build his business. He's doing affiliate marketing, and he's leading in his industry. He's about to speak at a conference called Eye Influence or something, and he's on panels, and people are so interested because he's taking this YouTube strategy into his niche industry and crushing it. I think he's about 9 months in. Steve Panette, ranking for Phoenix, Arizona real estate. What would that do for your business? He's got just phone numbers and his email, and so he's constantly getting leads, but he just moved to Dallas, and I just talked to him on the phone, we're FaceTime, and he's like, bro, like no one's doing this still. In 2020, like no one is still doing this. He's like, I'm about to crush Dallas. He already crushed Arizona, right? This is Heather ranking for Homeschool Myths Exposed, right? Building her channel. And she loves this because even her hobby passion project is still growing, even though it's not the main thing that she's working on right now. We mentioned Jennifer ranking #1 in sewing. This is Benji ranking for the easiest way to cook. But come on with the lunch illustrations, Benji. What are we doing? Easiest way to cook bacon, right? You've got this one right here, Plants and Lucia. How to make a humidity tray for indoor plants. 1 month in, 473 views, just starting out from total scratch, and probably about 6 months ago. This is Tool in network marketing. Network marketing is a pretty wide open space still when it pertains to YouTube. So this is Tulin. She was in Beachbody doing size reviews. I mean, she's on the whole first page right there. You got just ranking, and she's just been accelerated in Beachbody, not just with her income, but also influencing the company because of what she's doing on YouTube. And so really what this program does is it helps your video show up in search, and then it's a program about how to turn those views and audience into income growth, right? How to actually really connect all those dots for monetization. And it's a 7-step system. And so yeah, take a screenshot of that because this is something you can apply, right? Reverse engineer, you start with the end in mind. Like you always research before you press record, but what's your end strategy? Are we even thinking about this right? So that's the whole first part. Then it's research. Are we coming up with the right keywords? And there's about 10 different research strategies that we teach. So you can find all these opportunities online. Then record your video. How should you structure your videos? Like Tamara says, the hook, right? Last night, throw the hook up. How do you hook people so they watch it? You get that audience retention. What should you say in your videos to get people to take action? Then release it. How do you release it the right way? Title it, the description, rank it in search, and then after it comes out, what do you do to rank it? How do you connect that revenue to it? And then how do you repeat and rock it to success? How do you actually then make this sustainable? Because I know you got other stuff to do, just like me. We got businesses to build, phone calls to have. And so you can't do this full time. You got to get this automated and repeat it so that it's sustainable. So what's included? Well, we have 7 core training modules, and then we have the study guides and checklists. And you also get our private Facebook group. And we pride ourselves on being the #1 player coaches in the game. Meaning, we're not just teaching on something that we used to do and now what we do is teach it. No, we're in the game today, and Heather's got a channel, and Omar's got a channel, and Nolan's got a channel. My whole team, it's not just me, we're there to support and get you quality answers fast, to give you industry updates, connection with other influencers. We are obsessed with this stuff, and so we're active in there, continuing to train and make sure you have the most relevant and current information related to YouTube. And so what's the investment to get in? Well, what's the investment to get in? We have some forms. We'll hand those around to everybody so you can see that. But of course, if you try and figure this out on your own, you're smart entrepreneurs. You know that that just costs time, and time is money. There's the opportunity cost of not having the shortcut to this information. Life and money of just trying to figure this out on your own, right? Trial and error. You're just cutting your learning curve down, turning decades into days by what took me a decade to figure out and test and make mistakes on. Then, of course, you could go to get a video marketing degree. Also just a bad idea, because they're not going to teach you anything strategic and super relevant like this. I mean, great for maybe how to film and some storytelling stuff, but this is a specific system, right? That costs you $35,000 to $55,000. If you want to hire me, work for a day, $10,000 a day right now. We do consulting and coaching that can take you directly to this, but all we're going to teach you is exactly what we teach in Video Ranking Academy. Break down this system for you. And so when you add up the modules and the checklist and the private Facebook group, you can see that it's easily valued at over $3,500. And on our website right now, not some kind of like false scarcity, that's what it is. Like on our website, like SeanCannell.com, this course is a $1,000 program. It's $997 just for the Video Ranking Academy course. But we wanted to put together really an irresistible offer just for Broadcaster Authority because I'm so passionate about this program and I know it works. And so you can start today for as little as $197, plus 2 additional payments of $197 over the next 3 months. Or there's also an option to pay in full, where you can save even more. Simply Sherry said, my affiliate income grew by 600% in 1 month because of VRA. She's still crushing it today, super active in our community. Amar said in less than 10 days, VRA has already paid for itself because new students have found my content on YouTube and scheduled private training with me as a music teacher, He was just sharing that in our Facebook group. And then of course, we have some exclusive bonuses as well to help you get results even faster. Bonus number 1 is our Master YouTube Live. Some of you are already live streaming on other platforms. YouTube live streaming is entirely different than the other platforms. You want to flip your whole strategy. So this is my 6-figure YouTube live streaming framework. I also cover equipment and tech made easy. And then I teach what to do before, during, and after the live stream. I'm actually filmed from over my shoulder, exactly what I'm thinking before, going live and exactly what I say, and every single step that I do after so that you can blast your broadcast and blow up your YouTube live stream. You're also going to get 2 private group coaching calls with me, group coaching. So after you go through the program or you just want to get your questions asked or have your channel reviewed, you're going to get live coaching with me as well as Q&A, channel reviews, so we can look into what you're doing on YouTube and help you with that. And then we have a Broadcaster Authority exclusive bonus that I'm so pumped about. And it's called Start Your Video Podcast. And going into 2020, this is what I think is one of the most important strategies we should all be paying attention to on YouTube and online in general. I think that you should have a search and discovery strategy, and then you should have a signature show in the form of a video podcast in 2020. How do new people find me? And by the way, you can rank your signature shows as well. And so I went on a deep research study of looking at some of the top YouTubers, like a Phil DeFranco. He does news. Cassie Ho, she does fitness. PewDiePie even, the #1 largest independent YouTuber in the world, with just crossed 100 million subscribers. And I realized they all have signature shows. PewDiePie does meme review and Pew News and You Laugh, You Lose. Cassie Ho does these weekly fitness videos. Phil DeFranco has a 4-day-a-week news show. And I thought, wait a minute. They don't just like post random acts of content. They have signature shows that helps them build their influence. You look at a Jay Shetty, Marie Forleo, Gary Vaynerchuk, the Ask Gary V show. Look at your neighbor and say, show. Tell them that. No, you got to start your show. And so I think Grant Cardone, he's got like 4 shows on his YouTube channel. I think about Social Media Examiner, different brands. They have a show. A lot of you, some of you already have shows, but you can take your show to a next level. Jay Shetty, like I think all these different people, YouTubers are doing it. H3H3, they've got like a video podcast in a signature show format. And so our Start Your Video podcast bonus will help you brand and position your signature show to stand out and build your business. Get the right audio and video equipment on any budget so you can easily get as fancy or as simple as you want. And then learn how to easily edit and distribute your video podcast. And one of the coolest things about this program is that it's easy to follow, it's paid by numbers, and anybody here can do it. But some of you already have maybe someone that's assisting you, and you're like, look, how do I get like this person over here that's interning or kind of like still learning and I'm growing this team member up? You can give them all of these resources so you can say, look, I don't exactly know what to tell you to do. Listen to Sean, do these things, do this for me, thank you so much. And you could use these trainings so that they could easily edit or distribute your video podcast for you. And so when we put all those things together, that's not just even the value, that's like the hard cost of these programs individually. And we again wanted to just put together an irresistible offer for you. And so to get all of that together, you could get started today, $197, or you could save if you want to pay in full and save even more. Steve Panette, I've been able to double my video viewership and increase the income in my business from using this, and he's a real estate agent. So for around $6 a day, like what would it be worth, right? To finally have a YouTube channel or to start a YouTube channel that grows your business and makes money. One that gets you the boost of motivation that you need to get moving. One that generates passive income and ultimately the ability to get your message to more people than ever before. And of course, it's entirely risk-free. We pride ourselves on having just premier integrity in the industry. So you get, 30-day risk-free investment. You can lock in this enrollment price. This enrollment price doesn't even exist. Even at the end of one of our webinars, there's no deal on the internet that you could ever find for this bundle at this price. And you can save years of testing and experimenting and all of the thousands of dollars I invested in courses to learn all this stuff and hundreds of hours of study and really become the go-to authority in your niche. And so if you're filling out that card, make sure to write legibly, just so we have all the details. And then Keisha on our team and my wife Sonia are at the back table. If you bring that back to them, they will then hand you the next steps card, and that'll tell you exactly what to do next. They'll confirm all your information so that you can get started right away. But here's the thing. Whether Video Making Academy is right for you today or not, I need you to go all in on YouTube. I mean, it's clear. You've seen the presentation. You've seen the results people can get. You've seen that your customers are there. Your target audience is there. The people that you want to reach are there. And so it's time to go all in. And if you think about it, I just want you to picture what it would be like to be able to write your own schedule, to share your own content, and to write your own checks to yourself from leveraging YouTube. Like picture a day where you're ultimately going to the grocery store and people come up to you and they're like, I saw you on YouTube. Is that you? Or you're at a business event like this and they're like, no, I saw you on YouTube. I want to work with you. Picture a day where you're building your influence and your income and your impact faster than ever before. My friends, YouTube is a platform you need to be on, but you have to punch fear in the face, punch perfectionism in the face, and press record. Thank you.
Sean Cannell, give it to him.